Okay, I'm here. I got this 2000 Arctic 300. I paid $100 for it. And I've had to replace some parts. New battery, new voltage regulator and CDI box, brand new carburetor and airbox boot. It's got a new petcock on the gas tank as well, because the old one rusted off. I'm having a little bit of issues with it. For one, these air hoses, or I am assuming they're air hoses, they come off the top of the carburetor there. There's one on each side. I don't know where they go, or if they're supposed to go anywhere, or just, freely sit here like I have it. Just got it shoved into the mounts for the seat. It starts fine. I've been taking the carburetor off and back on, just slightly adjusting the pilot screw to try to get that air to fuel mixture just right. Not having much luck with it, but I'm getting further. Here's the problem with it though. You start it. Starts fine, but the thing is, you go to add throttle and it dies. It does have an exhaust leak. I haven't had the chance, but I'm going to order new parts for the coupling here. I'm not sure if the compression release works or not. I have no idea how I would test that, but yeah. It's got new fuel filter. It came with the carburetor actually. It's four-wheel drive. Yeah, of course it's the older model, so it's got the 3-speed transmissions, and it doesn't have headlights because, well, one I took off because there it is laying on the ground. It was dead. Brake light needs replaced. It was running good. I'd have to let it sit and warm up for about, half an hour before I could get it to go anywhere. But as far as problems I'm having now, it's not really running right. I can't really get it to go anywhere without fiddling with the choke to get it to go. Then I sit for another 10 minutes trying to get it to stay started and go again when it dies. I do have plans for it. I do plan on changing the shocks, all the CV axles, because they all need it. I've bought new brakes, which I have 2 out of the 3 sets of disc brakes on it already. And I replaced the parking brake, or not the parking brake, the foot brake. It does not have handlebar brakes, but that's because I don't have the $60 to pay for a new master brake cylinder right now. Also, I don't know what that is. I know it has something to do with the brakes, but a little information on that little cylinder there would be nice. This is my first 4-wheeler. I haven't owned one before. I mean, we used to ride them all the time with my dad's friends and whatnot. And yes, I'm aware I don't have an air filter or a breather box, because that's what's supposed to be here, I'm guessing. This thing sat in a barn for 3 years almost. One of my dad's friends made a deal to get it, and he had it for about 3 months and couldn't get it started, but he didn't really mess with it all that much. So I bought it off of him. He's like, I bet you can get that thing running in about 2 weeks. Well, he was right. about 2 weeks I had it running, and it's just giving me a little bit of issues here and there. But if you have any suggestions to this problem with it dying out like that, please let me know. It idles good, no smoke for the most part. I mean, you can put it in gear, put it in reverse, doesn't change it. You can close these holes off, it doesn't do anything. There is this little tube right here, which I do believe is a vacuum tube, because if you take this off it won't start at all. I actually had the thought of taking one of these hoses and putting it on here and then using this cap to block off the other one. Just siphons gas out and into that, and it doesn't really do much. It doesn't hurt it. I was reading a forum about a PMS screw. I'm not sure if that's exactly the same as the idle screw or the pilot screw, whichever one you want to call it. But I'm hoping I really don't have to take this thing off too many more times, because the screw for my boot is pretty stripped. Luckily I can still use it for now. That's all I have to say. If you have any tips on what might be causing it and what might not be causing it, anything, maybe an adjustment to something on the engine or something that I may have missed or something like that, just put it down in the comments and let me know, and I'll read it as soon as I can. Thank you.